The establishment of NDC was approved by a committee of estimates in 1956. Formal approval for establishment of the college came in 1959, and in April 1960, the college was inaugurated by the Prime Minister of India, Sri Jawaharlal Nehru. The aim of the college is to train senior officers of the armed forces, the departments of the Government of India, and selected foreign countries on issues pertaining to national security and strategy. In 1960, when the Prime Minister inaugurated the college, he said that it is the collective application of wisdom which will help us in preparing for future wars and understanding the world. The college aims for this. We aim to prepare the officers undergoing the course, to tenet strategic leadership positions after the course, to understand how the global issues would affect India and its national security, and also to hone their analytical skills so that they can advise their leadership on any policy corrections required or policy reforms required. Additionally, since in the course 30% of the participants are foreign countries, it gives them an opportunity to interact, share views, broaden horizons, challenge assumptions, and more importantly, collaborate with each other to find solutions to issues of common concern. When we started in 1960, we had 21 officers on the course. Today, we train 120 officers. The approximate breakdown is 50% are from the armed forces, 20% are from the departments of the Government of India, and approximately 30% are foreign officers. The foreign officers are both from the immediate neighborhood and from some of the developed countries. The advantage of having the foreign officers on the course is we get a perspective of views, which we place against the views of what India has on this and see what the world views on an issue of common interest. For example, on the present Israel and Hamas conflict, we got the Israeli ambassador to speak to us, we got the Iranian ambassador to speak to us, so we get different perspectives of the same problem, which may not be necessarily available in the media. So the advantage of this course is we get the best practitioners of statecraft, the best practitioners in their respective professional domains, the best academicians, we get some lecturers of repute, get some authors, ex-ambassadors, people who've got years of experience in that subject. And they know the subjects well, they understand the implications of it, the first order, the second order, the third order. So we get diverse perspectives on every topic. And that helps us in getting a holistic picture of the situation or the issue under discussion and then formulating our own views on it. What the NDC aims for is therefore to give the course officers the knowledge to analyze these situations which are developing, advise policy reform or correction, and more importantly, to stay current with the trends which are emerging so that we can prepare for the future. We conduct the National Security and Strategic Studies course, which is of 47 weeks duration, starts in January and completes in the last week of November. The course curriculum comprises of 6 capsules. First one is on understanding India. The next is on economic security. Third is international security environment. Fourth is global issues. Fifth is India's strategic neighborhood. And the last is on strategies and structures for national security. So the thrust and core is to understand security. As you are aware, security earlier used to be protection of the sovereignty and the territorial integrity. Over the years, it has expanded to include environmental security, energy security, economic security, health security, people security, and so on and so forth. So the complexity of security has increased. Plus, in today's environment, these complexities are getting challenged by technology also. So we have new technologies which are coming up. There are major breakthroughs likely to happen in the next few years. And these technologies both present opportunities and challenges. The challenges to the security environment is what we need to understand as practitioners of statecraft, and how is it going to affect this security paradigm of the country and the global order in future. For example, cyber and the internet. It served us good, but also we have cases of cybercrime from across borders with no definition of a cyber boundary. So a person sitting somewhere in a remote island of the world can affect the security of India by, for example, hacking its financial systems or hacking into its ministries. So everything has now become interlinked because of the easy access of communication and flow of data. Similarly, we are going into AI. AI will definitely reduce decision making, but there are big moral and ethical issues of how it should be used in warfare or for the betterment of the humans as such. So these are the kind of topics that the college has now started focusing on, so that we prepare our strategic leadership not only to understand these technologies which are being developed, but how would they apply them in an ethical manner to protect our national interests. That's why from the 64th course onwards, that course going on presently, we've entered into a memorandum of understanding with IIT Madras to provide an executive MBA on strategic leadership and public policy. As a part of this, the officers who volunteer for this course will undergo 60 additional classes on emerging technologies to understand them and to be able to apply them. Now, both these changes which are taking place, the global uncertainty and the developments in technology, are affecting the structures of command and control which are required to fight a war and prevent any kind of adverse reaction on India. So along with the study of the global security environment, understanding of technology, we also study the changes in the command and control structures required to keep ourselves safe, to react on time with the appropriate force in consonance with our order of the government. That is, we do not attack on anyone, but we will retaliate if we are attacked. So understanding these changes and the complex nature of these changes is essential so that we are prepared for what is coming in our future ways. The 120 officers on the course, their collective wisdom therefore helps us to find solutions on this through discussions and through their thesis papers. These thesis papers then also are sent to University of Madras, and they analyze these papers before they award them a MPhil degree. So the build-up of the course is that they undergo the 6 modules, they write a thesis paper, they are guided through this by their thesis mentors, and thereafter the University of Madras vets them and awards them an MPhil. The advantage of a course like NDC is that you have almost 40% of the participants from foreign countries. Now they bring their own perspectives to the challenges that the world is facing and to the events which are happening in the world. They also get to understand the Indian perspective better. How do I say that? Since we are making them understand India first, why do we come from, what is our civilizational ethos, what is our cultural ethos, what are our traditions, what are our cultures, what are the norms we follow, they start understanding India. This understanding of India allows them to understand where India's view on global matters comes from. The simple fact that we like to be non-aligned, we retain our strategic autonomy, comes from our ancient scriptures, and that has not changed. So while some of the foreign nations find it awkward that we may not be taking a stand in some of the conflicts which are taking place, it is a stand which has been consistent in India's pathway since the time we become independent and is based on what our forefathers have left for us. So the foreign officers over here get to understand this mindset of India, get to understand why our stand is what on certain issues, and therefore we help in propagating what the country wants us to propagate. Now, after the officers go back from India, some of them rise to the highest position of their country. And when they have this understanding of India, it leads to lesser barriers in the communication, easier collaboration, easier cooperation, and thereby easier achieving of our national interests.